Thank you everyone for your wait. I think let's begin our journey today. My name is Prashant Bhujani and I shall be the host for today's webinar. My colleague Mr. Manthan Madrasi, who is working behind the scenes, will assist us to ensure this goes off well and will manage the controls for all of us. Thank you, Manthan. We are recording a copy of this webinar, and should you have any questions, you can post it in the Q&A section, which is right at the bottom, and it will come to us. We shall answer your questions at the end of the webinar. So let's begin. Our topic today is a very interesting one: demonstrate or discount, the eternal tools to sell your goods. In this session, we shall be focusing on listing challenges which are unique to diamonds and are very difficult to understand through conventional online communication tools. In the current COVID-19 pandemic era, the option to physically demonstrate the product is challenged. If one is not able to demonstrate enough, the only option left is to get a higher discount. Well, to counter this, it is very important to cover the parameters beyond the four C's, which are very critical in deciding the price of a diamond. Images and videos are a food for the rational brain, whereas numbers and scores are a food for the logical brain. To create a successful sale, it is very important to feed both these brains. So in this session, we shall see how diamonds could be demonstrated online to the buyers in real time. So without further delay, let me welcome and introduce our keynote speaker for today, Mr. Janak Mistry, who is the chairman and CEO of Lexus SoftMac. He's a very prominent scientist in the diamond technology space with numerous patents under his name. Mr. Mistry is synonymous with the innovation in the diamond industry. He has completed his engineering in Germany and dedicated his knowledge and experience to empower the gem and jewelry industry. He believes that diamond is a luxury product, and today he will share with us his ideas on how a diamond deserves its true value. Having said that, I'd like to welcome you, Mr. Janak Mistry, to RapTalks, and the audience is all yours. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, friends, I would like to share my presentation. I will share my screen first. Hi, friends. Today, we are going to talk about the tool that has been used to sell goods and services from eternity. Demonstrate or discount. The philosophy behind this tool to sell has stayed the same. If one is not able to demonstrate uniqueness in the product, then they must resort to offering discounts. In the current situation, the option to demonstrate your product physically is challenged. If you are not able to demonstrate enough, the option left is to offer a higher discount. Diamonds are assumed to be priced based on four C's: the cut, color, clarity, and carat weight. But this is too simplistic or wishful to be true. Let's check the price of excellent cut, excellent symmetry RBC of G color VS2 purity in the size range of 1 carat to 101. On a known integration platform, you will see many pieces available to buy with a huge price variance. Here in this example, you will see 530 diamonds ranging in the price from $6,044 to $8,045, which is 33% more expensive than cheapest available diamond. This difference will be much higher for fancy shaped diamonds or diamonds with lower clarity grade. Let's draw an analogy with cars. Just assume you are shopping online for a car and you have only four simple describing parameters. Like say for example, a blue color, petrol engine, manual gear, four-door sedan with a curb weight of 1575 kg and gross weight of 20 to 20 kg. Will this help you in making the decision? Probably no. So you will ask for more details. Let's assume the following parameters are added in the field of design. The car has 4-cylinder engine with piston size of 79 mm and a stroke of 81 mm with total displacement of 1590 cc. With first gear ratio of 4.927 and two overdrives with ratio of 0.97 and 0.82. The car has a height of 182 centimeter and a wheel diameter is 19 inches. Does this help? No? Then are we doing anything different while selling diamonds? We tell the client that the cushion cut diamond that I am offering has crown angle of 38.5 degree, pavilion angle of 39.2 degree, total depth of 68%, pavilion depth of 56%, girdle break of 56 degree and break height of 21%. Do you think this helps in any way for the buyer to understand the diamond or learn how it looks? Before we move further, let's try to understand major challenges of selling diamonds. Diamonds and its similants offer very unique optical feature which no other object offers. It offers brilliance, which is an illusionary brightness. That illusion is built out of local contrast in diamond due to its static look in presence of an observer. The way black and white pattern will change when the diamond or the observer moves, and the conflicting information our brain will get when we see the diamond through two eye channels. We will talk about brilliance some other time. But we have to understand that it is very difficult to judge such optical features from description. Even a static nice image may not help much. In this slide, you can see that a diamond has three very important optical features which makes them so desirable. The buyer sees that diamond can be beautiful in different ways and trigger different emotions. The seller has to explain the role of the light and help the buyer understand his preference through parameters that appeal to the emotional or rational brain, so as to help select the most personality matching diamond. The second most important challenge while selling diamond online is its size. The diamond as a product is very small. It is difficult to see the details and compare diamonds for newbies without special training. Here you can see the relative size of a car, a mobile phone and a diamond. You can hardly see the diamond on this slide. So, what is important for the buyer to understand the diamond better while buying online? It is not easy to justify the difference in diamond's performance. Forget justifying the price difference. Currently, this takes a lot of time and requires constant tiring push from the seller because diamonds are very small objects and even experts cannot spot fine details remotely. Diamonds, and for that matter, all luxury products have considerably high emotional value. Unless we strike the emotional note of the ultimate buyer, it is difficult to complete a deal. But at the same time, the trade buyer will take a call based on rational thinking. She would like to understand what is there for her in the deal. Images and videos are food for irrational brain, while numbers and scores are food for the rational brain. Only high quality nice movies and relevant optical performance scores can help the buyer understand the diamond. These two information should sink in very well. Such information should be fun and should give interesting experiences. Cool to share movies and images help fit emotions and uniqueness of appearance. So, what is important for the buyer? Large scale videos and pictures, clearly demonstrating diamond's actual appearance and beauty, that is diamond's impression, and the optical performance numbers, both are necessary. So, we learned that 4 C's are not good enough to evaluate the diamond and make a buying decision. The 4 C's has to be expanded to help buyers understand the diamond better and take a call based on this new set of information. When it comes to color, the face-up color is more important for the customer. Similarly, it is important to see the transparency of the material. Si1 grade due to milkiness in a stone makes it much less desirable compared to a stone with an Si1 grade because of solid inclusions. When it comes to size, the face-up size, visual size is much more important for the buyer than the carat weight of the diamond. Similarly, the diamond has to perform optically. It is important to know how well the diamond is designed and cut to bring out its beauty. Here you can see some of the important observations necessary for the buyer to understand the diamond while buying it. Such observations will help them understand diamond beauty, like sapphire and brilliance, clarity, symmetry, color and fluorescence. Such videos demonstrate two very important features of diamond, the fire and brilliance. Of course, you see scintillation also here. This media helps the buyer understand the clarity part of the diamond grading. They can see the inclusion chart and better understand how this will affect transparency of the diamond. This media talks about positive attribute of the diamond defining uniqueness and of craftsmanship. The lab grading color observation gives much needed confidence to the buyer. At the same time, such information lets the buyer understand the influence of fluorescence on the diamond's view under different lighting environment. A diamond with positive fluorescence will look much more whiter in an outdoor environment which has more UV light content. Here you can see the look of the diamond in lab grading fluorescence lighting. All the media thus collected should be translated to score so as to feed a rational brain. The trade buyer has to understand how and why this diamond should be selected and how she can propose this diamond to the retailer or the end customer. The buyer has to understand what is there for them in terms of profitability. Fire is colored flashes that we observe in colorless diamonds. Perceived fire strength depends on colored flashes quantity, size, duration, brightness, saturation and distribution. This slide helps you understand how the fire score is arrived at. Crushed cushion on the left has very small amount of invisible fire, and the diamonds on the right has much larger and longer visible fire flashes. The old mile style RBC has even more prominent fire flashes. As I mentioned earlier, the diamond brilliance is an illusion caused by the fact that the perceived brightness of an object significantly exceeds its actual brightness. Optical symmetry score helps buyer understand the craftsmanship gone behind the diamond design and its making. The fluorescence grade with the image gives them much needed confidence. Diamonds with the same weight can have different visible size depending on their shape. The visual size is described by the spread characteristics. Positive spread means that a diamond looks larger than Tolkovsky round with the same weight, and negative means opposite. Spread is a very important and relevant information for the buyer. After all, she is buying the diamond to see how big it looks in a ring and not how heavy it weighs on her finger. All diamonds you see here on this slide weighs 1 carat, but they have very different face-up size appearance. The marquise on top left has almost twice the face-up size compared to the cushion on bottom right, though both the diamonds have 1 carat size. Thus you can see how extension of forces help to compare diamonds. High resolution movies captured under dark field environment can be used to explain clarity. The right top corner SI1 has a very similar look to bottom left SI2 stone. They can be explained using naked eye, loop or microscope magnification. Such profiles can be prepared to demonstrate various performance characteristics to the customer. Finally, though the video and image media made available to the buyer are unedited, the buyer may have certain reservations in the initial period of time. This is one of the challenges of online sales of small luxury articles like diamonds. To win buyer's confidence, the diamonds can be shown to the buyer live over video call using cutwise live through mobile cameras. Why mobile cameras? Mobile cameras are the best known cameras to boost confidence, as the person on both ends know such camera output. Thank you.
The QR code here that you see, I think it's a very interesting presentation that we have recently launched on YouTube. It helps your clients to enjoy your diamonds. Maybe you can just click the QR code or note down the YouTube link.
Okay, that was lovely. It was fantastic to see those lovely images of the diamonds and the real magnification and the in-depth thing. So I think it was a fantastic overview, Mr. Mistry, on what we could do. And we do have a participants who would like to have some questions asked to you. So we are opening the floor to the attendees. Should you have a Q&A question, you can post it down in the Q&A section. We'll try to answer it live and then we can go about it. So we do have a question coming up. Let's look at this. What is your opinion on the preference of millennials to other luxury items over diamonds or diamond jewelry? Well, I guess what the person's trying to say is, what do you think is the preference of a millennial compared to luxury item vis-a-vis a diamond or a diamond jewelry item? It's more of a consumer question, Mr. Mistry.
Yeah. So let's try and understand what appeals to to an end customer. Let's see. There is a couple recently married and staying in Bangalore, working in software industry, with the first year extra income of around, probably means saved income of around, say, $3,000. They bought the first diamond, which is 70 point. Okay, 70 point round billion triple accident, a GVS2. Now the next year they saved another $5,000. What they should be doing? Should they buy another diamond? And if they buy another diamond, what is the extra size that they will receive out of that $5,000 $5,000 value? If they buy another diamond, instead of 70 point, the size of the new diamond will be probably, say, 1 carat. And what is the difference in size in terms of millimeter between 70 point and 1 carat? It is just maybe 5.8 millimeter and 6.4 millimeter. So hardly it makes any difference in the size. That is one. Second, the moment the person buys another diamond, the value of the first diamond is considerably reduced. So what is the whole incentive in buying this diamond again second time? If we don't offer anything special, like say, in that case, what the young couple will do, they will spend money after probably luxury holidays. So the industry is not offering enough reasons for people to invest or to buy diamonds and enjoy, because we have been trying to tell them that yes, diamond is an investment, but diamond is also about, enjoying your life. So unless we have different designs or different cuts, it would be very difficult for us to attract the same client again and again for the diamond. Like say, just assume that you are giving a mountaineering experience, and every time you take your clients to Mount Everest, how many clients will come again to conquer Mount Everest again with you? That's what we are trying to do today. And I think that is the only reason why we are not able to attract young millennials. I think the last YouTube video which the link which I shared on my presentation, I think it will be very interesting for Kunal to understand why young millennials are not very interested in diamond industry or purchasing diamond.
Got it. So I think this answers the question. The millennial does have the disposable income, but we need to really wow him with the offering which we have, and we need to create that experience which is going to make him come over to us again and again. So I think that can only come with a combination of both product and the experience which we give them. So I think that's a lovely answer, Mr. Mistry, and I hope, Kunal, that answers your question. Going ahead, we have Mr. Bhola who's asking a question, and I think this is probably related to the price of the machine. Miss, would that be for the cutwise machine, or would
I
it be
think
some
that,
other machine?
yeah, because let me try and explain you. There is nothing like machine here. What is more important is about idea. How you are going to project your idea, how you are going to project your offering, how you are able to demonstrate your product. Now, for demonstrating the product, as I say, it is very important that you make very nice videos and images made available to customers who are more irrational, irrational thinkings, people who have who work more out of frugal brain, and you need to give them numbers when they have to make a decision whether they should buy a product A or product B. For that, you need to fit their logical mind. So when you collect data on Divox 2.0, you can upload these to Cutwise for sharing with your friends or sharing with your clients. At the same time, you can create the performance indices, performance numbers, which the trade buyer can use for understanding which diamond they should offer to their end customer. So we are offering this service as data collection. If you send your diamonds to any of our data collection centers, we can just collect the data and make it available for you to offer to your friends, your clients.
Right, I hope that answers your question, Mr. Bola. And should you need more clarification, you can always get in touch with the team at Lexus SoftMac. We shall provide you their details, and you should be able to have your specific queries answered. The next question we have, I'm not very sure, Mr. Mistry, but I think it could be related to the machine again. Is it size specific?
No, I think he's talking about the diamond size. Am I correct? It looks like it is about diamond size. No, it is not diamond. The size is, of course, important. If I can go back to one of my slide where I showed you a triangle where the diamonds were placed into different sections. So diamond has got three very important performance characteristics. One is scintillation, fire, and brilliance. Now, when it comes to smaller diamonds, the smaller diamonds, because of their smaller virtual facets, they will not be able to offer you very large flashes. Like say a client comes to your shop and asks you a diamond where you know that the client is going to buy these diamonds for wearing it in a wedding function. Now, in an evening wedding function, there is very little diffuse light and very strong long distance spotlights. So the diamond, which if they are very small diamonds, they will not be able to create a large flash and they will look dead. So if your client is looking for a jewelry, you should definitely offer them larger diamonds when it comes to jewelry which are going to be used in evening parties. And if the lady is looking for day-to-day wear, probably in office spaces, maybe small diamond cluster jewelries could be a very nice option for her because that would be much more cheaper. So you definitely have to understand your client's requirement when you make an offering. So if the budget is limited, and if you know that the client is still looking for a jewelry for evening parties, try to convince her that she has to buy a larger diamond. Even if the color and clarities are lower, it is better to buy larger diamonds because those are the only diamonds which will give you a lot of fire.
I think that's very well answered, and I think every woman would love to have sporting a larger diamond in her hand. So that's lovely. So moving ahead, I'm going to just come back to a question with Mr. Bhola, who was asking us. He says he's from Delhi, and he's specifically interested to know where is the data collection center.
Yeah, data collection center right now is in Surat and Mumbai. With GJPC, I think this center is going to move further to other centers like Delhi and Kolkata.
Okay, so thank you. So that answers your question, Mr. Bola. Moving ahead, we have another one. Somebody's asked us, what about buying? What is the difference in buying online, especially when it comes to designer bags, vis-a-vis diamonds? Okay, it's a very interesting question for this particular one, but if you'd like to answer, we could do that.
Yeah, so can anybody tell me what is the major difference between any other object and diamonds or diamond simulates?
We can just see if somebody wants to put it in chat. So Mr. Mistry gets a go ahead. So that would be lovely. Anyone want to type it in chat so Mr. Mistry can go ahead? It's just for fun. I know I cannot put the voice on for everyone. Otherwise, it's going to be a voice chaos.
Chaos, yeah, okay.
Going once?
Okay,
Anyone?
okay. Let me put it differently. We know that diamond has got a very nice brilliance. Can anybody name any other product on this earth which has got brilliance? We know the stars have got brilliance, but any other object on this earth which has got brilliance? So brilliance is very, very unique to diamonds. Correct?
We could,
A Louis Vuitton bag cannot have brilliance. A chair cannot have brilliance. Maybe a watch cannot have a brilliance. So you compare any luxury products, like brilliance is very, very unique to diamonds and the diamond silhouettes. Okay. The major challenges that we have, like say, as I said, one is for the size. Okay. Because when you are making any product available online, one of the major challenges is how you are going to demonstrate it, how you are going to show it. You cannot use a typical camera and a Zoom call to just show that how the product looks. So very nice explanations are important. At the same time, the right information has to go through. Even I think even on in-store sell for diamonds is not a very simple task. One of the major challenges that we face as sellers, even in stores, is the first message that we pass to any client who walks in our stores is, I don't trust you. Correct? I don't trust you. Because you will not hand over probably 2, 3, 4 diamonds to her that you can try and see which you like the most. The moment she asks for something else, you will ask the first diamond back, put it in the safe or put it under the locker below the desk, and then you will give the another one.
so I guess it is so to answer the question, there are various ways of how you go about selling diamond online. So when you sell it online, of course, there is a different convenience factor to it, but you need to have it backed up with certain scores, as we mentioned in the beginning, and maybe the images, maybe the certification, and these are the things which would give a trust to a customer. But when it does come to a designer bag, it's got a different appeal altogether as such. So I think what you're trying to ask here is that we have got the wallet out there for a woman, whether she wants to go for a designer bag or for a diamond. It's how we appeal to them, I guess, and that's what Mr. Mistry is trying to say is the more intrinsic, the more emotional appeal you can bring out in the diamond to wow the consumer. I think that's where the consumer would go for it. Then we have another very interesting market-related one, and I think we have a little bit of time to take some more questions, so we'll try to rush this through. Somebody's asked specifically for the machine again, Mr. Mistry. Does the machine also read color and fluorescence?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And it does the custom color grading also, and the left fluorescence grading is also.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And oh,
Why people are struggling into selling carat plus diamonds in domestic
yeah,
market?
it's very.
Okay,
Oh,
let's see. I will try to address this question in 2 ways. One is the trade buyers. Now, today, what a trade buyer does, so he will go to Rappaport, see the list of diamonds that is that he finds interesting. He will see, like say, there is a seller number A. He goes to seller number A. He'll sees the diamond at his place. He asks for some discount. And the seller A says, no, I'm not ready to seek you discounts because this is the best offer that I can make. So the buyer goes to seller number B, the second choice. The diamond that he sees there are not interesting. Then he goes to the seller number C. Then he realizes, no, the seller number A was having the best diamond. So he says, okay, let me agree with the price. He gives a call to the seller A. and realizes that the diamond has already been sold. So he lost the opportunity of buying the diamond. The same thing happens for the seller also. It is as good as, like uh, in the early times of Indian weddings, you had to have a matchmaking. So there are, say, 16 girls whom you have to see to decide which is the best suitable girl for you. What you will do? In the first 4 or 5 girls that you will see, you will try to understand what kind of average that is available for you to select from. So if the best girl is already among the first 3 or 4, just because you wanted to understand the average, you lost the chance of selecting the best girl. Now, say you have made the average out of the first 5 girls, and then the 7th or 8th girl is reasonably better than the first one, the first 5 that you saw. Probably you will select her, but the best girl was probably number 13. So you would miss the opportunity to select the best girl also in this condition also. So with the new matrimonial sites that you see, the problem is already resolved. We need to have a similar resolution, solution possible for diamonds also. Correct? Just numbers or just forces are not enough to understand which diamond you should be focusing on and why you should be ready to buy it at a premium.
We got one of our attendees asking a very separate question. I think it's other than the 4Cs, but he says, is it really also important to attach an emotion? It's more on a marketing line. What would be your view on it?
Yeah, I think for the end customer, emotion is the most important part. See, when a lady gets a very nice diamond from her husband, she will definitely like to declare to her friends. So if you make very nice videos available for her to share on social medias or on private medias, it gives a very emotional touch to her. Just numbers, probably if she says, okay, my husband bought me a 2-carat GSI 2 diamond, it doesn't ring a bell. Correct?
True. So I think it does hold in a value. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Patel. And we got Mr. Bhola again asking, can we have ownership of the machine?
Yes, technically it is possible, but the machine is only about data collection. So if you just want to share the emotional images, the emotional part of the brain, to share the images, I think you can use the machine itself. But if you want to get the performance indices calculated, it has to go on cut-wise, and in that case you have to pay per stone publishing.
All right, thank you. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Bhola. And we're going to take the last 2 questions which are flashing on the screen. I think pretty much generic again, but somebody's asked your opinion about what do you think about the diamond business? Is it okay for young businessmen to jump into the diamond business? Would you suggest your family's young generation to be in the diamond business? Very interesting.
Yeah, I think it is about thinking out of the box. If you are ready to explore, or if you are ready to take a untraveled path, then I think it's a great opportunity.
All right, thank you. And we got 2 more technical questions coming up, so we will take it. Can the price of the diamond be affected if I have an image taken on a DI box and a normal image taken on my phone?
See, it is about how you are able to showcase your product, how you are able to demonstrate your product. If there is a very common word called GIGO, there's garbage in, garbage out. Okay, so if your data are not good enough, probably you will not be able to command prices. If your product is nice, you definitely need to even demonstrate it correctly.
Got it. And they've also asked, does this machine give any kind of optical illusion score, say on a grade of 1 to 10?
As I said, brilliance is already an illusion, illusionary brightness. So when we see, like say, when we see a moon, we say moon is bright, but we don't say moon is brilliant. Correct? But when we see stars, we say stars are brilliant, because the brightness that we perceive looking at star is much more than what actually, if you take a photograph, a static photograph, and see the brightness of that image. So illusion is coming for the brilliance from three sides. One is the spatial brilliance, where if you can see at my back, you can see the Gandhi silhouette on a painting. Okay. Now, if the Gandhi here, if Gandhiji would have been a photograph, the space would not have been so bright. You know, the space around his silhouette looks very bright because Gandhiji's silhouette is black. Now, if that would have been a photograph, the space around would be much less brighter. So that is the first part of brilliance, where because the diamond has got black arrows, if I am talking about 1 billion diamonds, or for any shape, some black and white patterns are very important. That is a spatial brilliance. And second brilliance is we have something called a short-term memory. We have got a memory of around 100 milliseconds. So whatever we saw earlier, 100 milliseconds prior to now, is still visible to us. So when you are looking at diamond moving, a moving diamond, you see some of the part of the diamond were black and next time it is white. So your brain is getting confused. It is not able to decide which part is black or which part is white. And that increases the brightness again. And the third is coming from the stereo brilliance, when your left eye and right eye is looking at the diamond from a short distance. Your left eye sees something different and then what your right eye sees. And because of that, there is a rivalry of information that goes to your brain, and the brain again gets confused and creates a third level of enhancement of brightness. And that is the stereo brilliance. So it's a spatial brilliance, dynamic brilliance, and stereo brilliance. So these three brilliance are very unique to diamonds. And that's the reason I said you don't find any other object on this earth which has got brilliance except for diamonds and humans. You can see this child is bright and this child is brilliant. Correct?
True, it's a lovely answer. And I think we'll take the last question for the day. I think we are just on the time. Again, it's a very generic. Your personal view is being asked out here. Okay, we got one more popping up. But what are the consumer sentiments or buying patterns which you are probably seeing at the moment in the diamond industry? It's more of a personal view, rather.
Okay, I can tell you a very short brief of what my yesterday's communication with one senior member from GIA board. Susan from GIA had some discussion with a couple of jewelers in USA. And she got a very surprising answer, that one of the jewelers said that I had best month of my sale out of last 2 years in this month. So that's a very surprising, even it was a surprise to me as well. But what is happening, like say today, you know, the gold price is at the top. Why so? Because people are investing in gold. People are investing in jewelry because they've got less and less faith in banks. So I think this is an opportunity when you will be able to sell jewelries in a much better, confident way than maybe in pre-COVID time.
Got it. Wonderful. I think this is fantastic. It's a great, positive way forward to look forward. Somebody's had the best sale of his year. I mean, the last 2 years in these times. I think nothing can be more optimistic than this.
Yeah.
And we're going to take the last two technical questions, and hopefully there should be no more coming. Somebody wants to know the name of the machine. Uh,
Okay, the machine where this data are collected are called diebox 2.0. Prasant, you are on mute.
Sorry. So Diabox 2.0 is the name of the machine. And finally, we have Mr. Yatin asking a couple of questions. He wants to know in terms of optical illusion, and he said, does it grade in any way? So maybe we'll have to connect the dots out here. Does it grade in
Does
any
it?
way?
The optical illusion. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. So it really checks the brilliance value. It finds out the brilliance value. And for brilliance value, you need to have the stereo observation images. So you will always see the Diabox 2.0 collect stereo videos. So it's not a mono video. It takes images for both the eyes, for the left eye as well as right eye.
Got it. Perfect. So I think we've answered pretty much all the questions. We've just cleared the whole Q&A floor. So I think it's been great to have this wonderful insights coming from you, Mr. Mistry. And I think it was a very wonderful session with all our attendees. I would like to now call upon Miss Sati Nair, who is the Managing Director of Rapoport India Private Limited, to give a vote of thanks to Mr. Mistry.
I thank you, Prashant, for the introduction. Good evening, all of us, all of you. Janak, it was a very wonderful session. And we would like to, on behalf of Rapoport, we would like to thank you for your time and to be with all of us today. It was such an insightful topic for all of us regarding the diamonds and gems and jewelry. And we really highly appreciate your knowledge, and we have appreciating the insight about the information what you give it to us also. And I would also like to thank all the participants for joining, and it was such an incredible support, and look forward for seeing you all for the next time. And take care and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, Sati, for stepping in and wishing all of us a wonderful year ahead. At this, I just like one last question which has come in, and I think that would be good, Mr. Mistry. If there is any correspondence where clients or our attendees would like to get in touch with you directly, the website, of course, for Mr. Mistry's company is lexusindia.in. I'm going to paste it on the chat out here. But other than that, Mr. Mistry, if there's an email ID which you would like to share with everyone so they can reach out to you, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
So just to let everyone know, the website name is lexusindia.in.
And you can mail me directly at Janak at the rate lexusindia.in.
So that's the email ID, janak@lexusindia.in. Manthan, if you could just post it in the Q&A for the audience to get it right. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes before we wrap up. So Manthan would be posting it again for everyone. By the time he types, it's janak@lexusindia.in. And we'd like to hereby sign off. Thank you very much for joining in today on a Friday afternoon to make it special. And thank you, Mr. Mistry, once again for giving us your time. It was really very lovely and insightful to know all these different parts. I learned something new today. I didn't know about the 3 different brilliances, and I think I've taken something back with me. So, and I'm sure everyone has. And I wish you all a very, very good year ahead. May our businesses prosper and may we all come out from it. And stay safe is what normally everyone signs off. So stay safe, stay healthy, take care. And we will keep you all posted for our upcoming RapTalks and other webinars. So we will get in touch with you for our future editions of our webinars. Yes, Mr. Mistry, you would like to sign off?
Yeah,
It's
yes.
yours.
And thank you, everybody. And good evening to everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everyone.